You not getting anything, Arthur?
I don't know. Maybe. So, you're actually buying for once? Are you feeling alright?
See this? Young folk got no respect for their elders no more.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Whispy Woods. In this video, you guys, we're going to start a new series based off of Red Dead Redemption 2, entitled The Redwood Theories. Now, one thing that I've noticed just within my, first few, days of playing this game is that I'm actually surprised not only with how good it is, but also with how uninspired they are with certain things. And what I mean by that is they are still continuing a huge segregative clue mystery that is still, part of like this game too. I would have never thought that, I thought that they would make something at least, new. I mean, I know that there are different other mysteries in this game based on their own principles and everything, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. The truth and a lot of aspects that have to do with Epsilonism and certain aspects that we've always have been talked about, and things that certain people always have hated on me for, and they're just being proven in this game in certain key aspects of like key missions and certain things. And I just want I kind of just want a clean slate this year with a new game. I want people to understand that this is an opportunity for us to kind of start off fresh and kind of like all figure out new things as we go. I don't want to feel, nor do I want people to feel like I am like higher than thou or anything like that, or that I know more than anyone else about this game. One thing I will be concluding is, what is going on with the whole Grand Theft Auto mystery. Before I do kind of go on with this video, something's going on with my my Truth Episode 3, where I have recut it, re-edited it, and remade it at least 6 times now, and I've uploaded it on 4 or 5 different occasions, at least 10 times within the days that I've tried. And YouTube keeps blocking it worldwide due to the fact that I've used certain scenes in certain things that I don't want to reveal now, because that would kind of ruin the point of showing you guys, and kind of just the wow factor and showing you guys exactly what it takes to research, and just certain things that like, and it's really a trip that I'm getting flagged for these little things when I've gotten away with so much as far as showing other things. And it's like I just don't know what's going on with YouTube, but that's neither here nor there. This is a new product, new year, new game, and I gotta say I'm loving Red Dead, but at the same time they are following a lot of the principles that have to do with their main mystery, just the mystery that has to do with Rockstar's products and so on and so forth, like Blue, and once again Epsilonism. And in the last 6 or 7 videos that I had made relevant were about blue bloods and eyes and blue eyes and so on and so forth. But I want you guys to understand that this is no different, okay? Old blood eyes, okay? Now it's a reference, once again, a duality towards old blue eyes, a very common saying, and it was really used as a nickname for Frank Sinatra back in the day. But that's not really what I'm bringing you guys here for. I want you guys to understand the segregative clues and how they do things, okay? Old blue eyes, well, they replaced blue with blood, and we just understood blue and blood. This is like, no lie, a big part of what's going to be in episode 3 of the Truth, and that's just giving you guys a good aspect of this pattern. It's no joke. I mean, I'm not making up shit here. In fact, I just don't understand how a lot of people don't see what I'm doing now and don't understand that it's real, okay? Because there's no way that I can have Rockstar, come out with a new product, a new game, you know, and then still build upon principles that were flimsy or theorized back within Grand Theft Auto 5. Now they have confirmed certain things that we have been looking for, that, you know, confirm that epsilonism is a real thing, and the principles behind them are all strategically placed within their pattern. And if they are showing that certain, you know, key characters, which I don't want to get into spoilers for those of you who haven't played the game, but we will get into key characters that they've already shown within Red Dead to have done, you know, pretty paranormal things and that have to do with epsilonism. But I want you guys to understand and like take everything that I show within a grain of salt nowadays, because I want you guys to see that we're doing this together, okay? This isn't me telling you guys that you're missing a million things. This is me showing you guys that it's real, and what we have been studying and, you know, researching over the last few years has been real. You know, it's no joke, okay? They're just really hard clues based on whether or not you believe it or not, you know, the spirit and so on and so forth. But, you know, a lot of those things can be either taken as coincidence or taken as fate, and that's just a big part of just perception and, you know, and really just their whole entirety of the game. I mean, they base like their games on an aspect of taking parodies and then making entertainment out of them. But, you know, I digress. I don't want to go on too long with just this part of the video. I want to get it out there that, you know, if and when I can get this video up for, you know, this last few Grand Theft Auto, you know, base theories and you know, truths, I just want you guys to understand that you are going to see a lot of the strangeness in Red Dead, because they're based on the same principles, okay? This is the same company we're talking about here. So I don't want a million people to come to my comments, you know, yelling at me for repeating any of the same things that I repeated, you know, within Grand Theft Auto 5. It's just that it's hard showing people something that can only be taken within a grain of salt of faith, you know. And for those of you who understand exactly what I'm getting at, and, you know, even come up with certain theories and certain you know, like certain lessons of truth themselves, like that have been on my Twitter and in my DMs about certain things, I applaud all of you. And honestly, I can't wait for, you know, the times to go by as far as this new product and for future Rockstar products to come out, because it seems as though they're just Rubik's Cubes and they get bigger and better and, you know, more colors as time goes by. And, you know, we're here to kind of take that challenge. We're here to not be afraid to use our brain, and that's what I've always been willing to inspire here. It has nothing to do with fame, fortune, or any of that shit. That's why I could care less about my vanity or, you know, showing my face in the camera every 5 seconds or any of that. It's really just about, you know, us learning, you know, us not being so stupid when we think about entertainment, or, you know, people who create things like artistic, you know, visionaries like Rockstar, and they make all these like games that are really just works of art. And I just don't want them to be taken for granted, because I know what it, you know, what it feels to make something and to not necessarily know if it's going to be a success or not, or, you know, or to even force yourself to not care because you're afraid of, you know, failure. But for those of you who take that time to give a fuck, I appreciate you. And for those of you who subscribe and like my videos, I applaud every single one of you, and I love you, seriously. It's all love here. But, you know, enough of the sappy shit. We're gonna get to a lot of the little Easter eggs here, and that's kind of starting with this map. Okay, one of the things that you'll notice is New Hanover, okay, which is the newest addition to, I guess, it would be the Rockstar mythos of their world here. And, you know, one thing that I do want to talk about in a future video is exactly their world and how they patternize it, because it's interesting. They have certain, aspects of, real world titles like Upper Montana River and certain things like that. So Montana and certain elements of the world as we know it do exist. They do. But I just don't understand necessarily exactly where they exist within their world. So that's one thing we will get into. But another thing I do want to bring within to light is a lot of their strategically placed Easter eggs on the map once again. And it all has to do, with certain clues that have to be with, Epsilonism and the clues that we've learned within Grand Theft Auto. Okay? And one of those clues is Kortora. If you can see that, Kortora Springs. Okay? Kortora Springs is actually Kortora within, the word, when we segregate it, is actually a bird. But I want you guys to take reference within the color of this bird, okay? It's a light green with essences of yellow, red, and blue. All of the colors that we have known to be within this mystery and, that have led within different Rockstar products and so on and so forth. But, let's digress a little bit from just that aspect, okay? Because within this game, and one thing that I've noticed within the Red Dead, mythos, aside from the Grand Theft Auto mythos, is that the Red Dead aspect of religion is pretty upfront. They are not necessarily afraid to, inspire or show their inspiration to certain things that have to do with religion. They do not care about doing that. Within Grand Theft Auto, they do it very strategically and hidden within the script of the story. But here, we're going to understand certain things that, once again, they do kind of deviate to hide, like Elysian Pool, okay? Now, Elysian actually means heaven or, a heavenly place. But I want you guys to understand the relevance here, okay? Within all of this, 3 years ago, when I started my channel, I showed you guys that religion and key aspects of research will always give you new circles of knowledge, okay? You will retract one circle as a form of karma only to find new answers of truth, okay? The point here, you guys, is that if we don't see these new answers of truth, they're not going to be stuck thinking that they put this shit in here for absolutely no reason. Now, I want you guys to understand something. When we started to look at certain aspects of Grand Theft Auto clues, we looked at the bare minimum, certain key elements that were just Easter eggs. We took those Easter eggs, we researched them, and found newer answers, okay? And those newer answers are exactly what led us into, better essences of references. And then these references gave us more clues, okay? And once these clues had become stronger, we knew what to look for when it comes to the other clues. And that's why within this game, this new game that just came out, we're going to find things that we have already talked about, okay? No lie. And that's part of this kind of prediction thing that I've been showing along the way, this time traveling aspect of the game and Rockstar's mythos. Now, one aspect of this whole, prediction shit is that I want you guys to understand that this was always going to come down to certain aspects of key names, okay? I told you that a long time ago. And I mean a long time ago, way before I had this map, way before anyone had this map, way before this map was even a thing for these places to exist, okay? Months ago, I told you guys about some
key names.
Now, these names will become more and more relevant as time goes on, but I'm going to bring up one now, okay? And it's tied to a saint, something that I told you was going to come into relevance a long time ago.
Clues when it comes down to the actual given translation. The saints. Now, why is this relevant?
But neither here nor there. I want you guys to pay attention to a saint called Saint
Denis.
Okay. Now, Saint Denis, or Denis of Paris, was a European bishop and martyr. Chapter 1, verse 1, Omega. from omega to alpha
and back again.
and from
From Z
to A. From omega to alpha
and back again, and back again, and back again, and back again.